So good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Wallaby Racing League. You are joined here by Duck Puncher, and for tonight, we've got another special guest. We have the one and only Unique. So, Unique, thanks so much for joining me, man. I really appreciate it.
Nah, thanks for having me, Duck. I'm super excited. This is gonna be awesome. Thanks for
I
having
can't
me, and
wait.
forward to it.
Last time you were in comms, man, you killed it. So I'm pumped to actually be on the comms side with you this time. So, I mean, I think I was on it last time with you as well, actually.
Yeah, it was.
Been a while.
Yes, the return of the duo. So,
That's
looking
it.
forward to it, mate. And watch these Tier 1 boys go around and show us all how it's done. It's been a cracking start to the season for them, that's for sure.
It has. It really has. And you know what? I mean, here in Bahrain, what is usually the opening race for a season? For us, we do our things differently here. We change up our racing grid every single season, so it throws people off.
Yeah, sometimes you can come in expecting it to be first, and it's not. So a lot of guys maybe have prepared for this, maybe they haven't. So we'll wait and see. But first three races, three different winners. I mean, anything could really happen here on the Bahrain circuit.
That's it. Now, actually, let's look at that right now. So the standings that I've got in front of me in the app, guys, if you don't know about the app, I would strongly suggest you get on board with it because it shows you everything that you need to know. It's called Formula Game Companion, or Formula Game Companion. If you need the code, reach out to one of the admins. We'll get you that code for the app there. But in P1 currently, one of the Ferraris, Curtis, man, he is on form. Currently sitting on 64 points, but 1 point behind him, left for dead in the Alfa Romeo. And then 10 points behind him down in P3 is Watto for the Williams. So those three there have got they've got a bit of a gap, behind them, especially from P3 to P2. But they've got some form. Watto, he's one to never count out, especially in the late stages of the race, and especially with his clean driving too. He gives positions back. When he shouldn't be, that sort of thing. So,
and he's currently holds the highest amount of position gained as well, with 24 for the first three races. So, he's definitely Mr. Consistent as we start to see some cars trundle out onto track now. But
that just tells me he's not the quali guy. He's the race guy.
He's the race guy. He's the one to keep an eye on through the field. But he's super consistent as always. And as you said, Duck, there's a few chasing the pack. There's not much that splits them, but those three have definitely got a bit of a gap to the remainders behind them.
100%. Now, guys, we've got everybody in the lobby tonight. Unfortunately, Rilo has missed out. He didn't get here in time. But we do have a new bloke in the race tonight. Actually, no, firstly, let's welcome Hello There. Hello There is finally in a full-time seat for the Ferrari, replacing Remix, who unfortunately was just having troubles getting time to actually race. We've also got down in the Mercedes here, RRT Toto, who is replacing WRL Top, who's been moved down to Tier 2. And then tonight, in the Alpine, who's still in the pits, we have XRL Cruz, Javier Cruz. So Cruz is one of our newer guys to the league. And he is going to be reserving for the first time tonight. So it's going to be exciting to see him.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. There's a lot of quick guys out here, and looking forward to see what not only the new guys can do, but also these seasoned warriors, should we call them?
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of a seasoned warrior, we've got Abstract's Accelerator right here. Now crosses the line. Starting his hot lap, the first one to cross the line and the first one to get his lap done. As he now has a bit of traffic directly ahead of him, but that moves out of the way for him very nicely. Opens up that DRS, rounds it out through turn 3. And nicely taken too, using up all the curb on the way out, all the curb on the way through. Again, just touches that curb. He's been watching some track guides, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's using every bit of the track here, making sure he hits all those lines. And nice and clean so far. It's looking like a very clean, tidy lap.
Look at his car, man. Very nicely done. Gear 3 all the way through the apex, early upshift to Gear 4, and is already almost at full pelt as he now heads down into what is otherwise known as Duck's Corner, the corner of death. It's usually where I die.
I think everyone's died there once or twice in their racing careers.
Yeah. You touch
It's
that
very
inside
sketchy
curb and you're gone.
Yep. Yeah, if you want to get the right one, he's
no.
using every bit of the track.
So, I'm just gonna. I think we may have to do a lobby restart soon. I'll just keep an eye on that. I've just noticed that a driver has left and a driver has rejoined. And that is what has been cooking these lobbies at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on that. I've got a guy in my ear, henchman, who is keeping an eye on all the chats, just to let us know if there is going to be any desync, so that way we can catch it nice and early. And if we catch it early enough, we can potentially do a lobby restart and go 25% off of the standings that they are at the moment, or we move on from there and do what we did with tier 2 and 3. So. Yeah.
These boys straight into the 28s as Curtis just goes quickest with a 28.165. I'm sure these boys have got some left over and they're just getting prepared, but still, that's straight into the 28s.
Yeah. Okay, so Abyss has left due to no force feedback in his wheel, we've been told. I feel like I've got a producer in my ear, hey.
Look left, Duck, look left.
Yeah. So, we've got Left 4 Dead on track 2. This is the guy that's chasing down the man that is currently sitting in provisional P1, Oz Curtis, and this is Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead currently on a lap right now, I believe. Yeah, no, he's not. He's on an outlap currently. Not showing out.
Interesting to see Restless Orb and Cruz head out on the mediums to start with.
Yeah, I've been noticing a lot of that. Have you noticed that in tier 3?
Nah, I think there's one. I think Maney is the one that goes out on mediums, does a couple of laps, and then chucks in a flyer. But
yeah,
I think majority of us guys, mate, we need to chuck in the quickest laps we can, so we just jump out straight on the soft.
So this is a guy that I'm watching right now who I've just gone onto as his spun, and that's WRL Bremer. Bremer has just made the transfer over to wheel. This is currently his 3rd league race on wheel. And you know what that's about, hey? You've recently made this, well, not recently anymore, but
not recently anymore. Yeah, it was August, around about August last year. It is a tough challenge, but it's good that he's sticking with it. And he's got the pace, so I'm sure it'll come to him.
How are you going with it now?
Yeah, not too bad. Finding my feet. I've switched from full traction to medium traction, which I thought was a pretty good goal for me. And
hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll just try and get quicker and quicker, and hopefully be in tier 2 or tier 1 next season, which would be good.
That'd be awesome.
As Bremer just starts his lap, heading out to turn 1. Interesting fact for you, Duck. Turn 1 on this circuit is called Schumacher Corner, and it's the only corner that is named. The rest are just turn numbers.
On this track?
On this track, yes. Yeah,
so
it was renamed after his unfortunate accident.
Yeah.
I think it was renamed in 2014, so yeah.
That's crazy. That I didn't know. Oh, Bremer gets real slicey through there. Takes a lot of the curb.
Per sector.
He has, but it's sort of unsettled his car a bit, jumping that curb as much as he has.
He heads into this downhill dip and hairpin, and feels like a roller coaster, that corner. You just feel like it's any moment, any faster you go, you're just going to lose the back end. But he did that pretty well.
He's taking it very cleanly, actually, now. He's sort of resettled his car a lot, resettled himself. Maybe he's got his head back in the right space, and he's taking it very, very smoothly as he takes all of the curb there. You want to take him... Yeah,
his middle as well.
So he's on for a decent lap. Currently.
Heads into the last corner. Hits that apex nicely.
Yeah,
winds out the car on the throttle. DRS wide open.
Here we go. Where's that going to put him? Oh, it's put him into
29.8.
P13. Okay. So, looking at the grid at the moment, we've got Oz Curtis in P1 with that 128.165, Noodles with a 128.301, and then rounding out the top three is Accelerated with that 128.326. It's crazy how there's not much time in it between all these guys, but we'll continue it out. Left for Dead in P4, Jack Sully P5, Kahoot 6, Toto 7, Millsy 8. In the second Ferrari for his first race as a full-time driver, Hello There in P9, and rounding out the top 10 is Arkozel in P10 for the Alfa Romeo. In the P11, we've got Storm Hutto, who seems to be struggling at the moment for this season. He's now this will be the fourth race, so 3 races in currently, and is still sitting on 0 points. Has had a bit of a rough trot in terms of incidents ahead of him, and his own misfortune as well. So that's him in P11. Jimmy Enzad in P13, who is also actually doing quite well this season. Has found himself coming up from the back of the grid through to the top. Last week finished P3 in the feature race of the sprint. Bremer in P14, Restless Lord P15, Cruz, our new reserve, in P16. Watto still yet to set a time. Mickey also yet to set a time, but is on his outlap. And Abyss now starting his lap finishing his lap as he goes 129.526.
Don't forget, guys, in the chat, you can redeem your hot laps. We obviously have a bit of a bromance going here. Duck was Bremer requested a hot lap with Hello There, and Hello There requested a hot lap with Bremer. So,
oh jeez. Well,
we got that hot lap with. Yeah, we got the hot lap with Bremer. I'll keep an eye on Hello There. He's just about to go over the start-finish line now for his flying lap. So,
all right, we'll jump on board with him. So what, that hot lap with Bremer worked out well then.
Worked out perfectly.
All right, so Hello There, after a really, really good race last week in the feature and the sprint, for that matter, finishing in I can't remember where he finished now, P5, I believe, or higher. I will get back to you on that. But he had an absolute killer weekend, and now I think he's going to want to put it back to back. He's got the pace for him. It's just whether he can really stick to it and get it around.
There's a little bit squirrely through those little S's there, but pulls out of that corner nicely, and then
he's backed out.
Backed out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's backed right out.
Abstract has popped in a hot lap request with Noodles, so I'll keep an eye out for Noodles when Noodles starts a lap. Yep. And he's just started a lap by the looks of it. All going into turn 2 and 3, heading up to.
So he opens up that DRS, now coming into turn 3. I think it is 3 or 4, one of the two. Again, uses a lot of the track there.
Yeah, it's interesting watching these guys use all of the track.
Oh man, I get so unsettled, hey. I don't have the confidence to put my foot down the way these guys do, especially here. That corner kills me. I spun it there last night, and I'll put my hand up, I spun it around turn 1 under a safety car condition. Oh, it's livid. It's in P6.
Nice line through there for the downhill hairpin for Noodles. Yeah, it's a tricky track, but some of the lines of the amount of circuit these guys are using is awesome to see.
Absolutely.
Now, guys in chat, Noodles.
Chuck in your predictions for 1, 2, 3. Who do you think is gonna pop it up, put it on top? Who do you think is going to bin it? Put in all the predictions that you can think of. I'd love to see something in there.
Give us your surprises as well. What surprise are we going to have?
F1 Gamer says Arkozel pole, please.
Please. He asked nicely, so hopefully the boys can look after him. That was a nice lap from Noodles. He moves to a 28.146. It's very tight up the top, isn't it, Duck?
The time difference between these guys is insane. You look at the difference between. Let's have a look at the lead. Oh, there we go. So 2/10 from accelerator to P1, 4/10 from P4 to P1. Massive. Let's go down right down to P11 is all under a second to P1. That's really good.
So the more of this circuit you can use, the quicker you can get your foot down, and tenths are in it. So I'm looking forward to see what these guys can can bring.
Absolutely. So Henchman thinks Noodles pole position, and then in the race it's going to be Noodles, Kahoot, and then Toto. Oh, Noodles, Kahoot, and Toto, hey? Kozel always has poor quality and then front running pace in the end. Yeah, I agree, Gamer. Very much so.
He generally turns it on for the race.
So
see our man from across the pond. Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah, our man from across the pond, leading the position gains and up into P8. So
this is the
not
guy
a bad time from him.
He is one of those guys that always leaves his lap to the last second. He will leave it from 3 minutes 30 when you can usually get around for one lap, or 2.5 to 3 minutes, and he'll put himself out there. But he's done it really early this time, for him anyway. Just in case something happens, he can get back around and go again. So Bremer has now retired from the session. Has he retired on track? He has.
He's had a spinner reel, unfortunately.
I've got a Ferrari out in the sticks there. Hello there.
I see all the guys jumping in for their last pit stops, chucking new set of softs on, and I'm expected to see very busy very soon.
It's going to be, absolutely. So what do we got out on track? We've got 2, 4, 6 cars out on track currently. So we've still got a fair few to come back out. If they decide to come back out, there we go. We've got one Aston Martin leaving. We've got a Mercedes leaving. And Watto has decided to put it straight back in. Same with the Ferrari behind him as well as the
Ferrari. Same with Jimmy NZ behind him. Next across the line, hopefully, if we get our wager, might be Accelerator. He comes around the last corner.
So I'm on board with Accelerator now as he opens up that DRS, goes across the line. Where's that going to put him? As he starts his lap, I should say.
Yeah, so looks like he's started his lap. Oh, there's Mercedes just in the way a little bit, unfortunately, for him.
Out of the way quickly, but is the damage done? Yeah, it is, because Accelerator is shaking his wheels, saying, "Thank you very much for that. You got my way." So who was that? That was Noodles. As Noodles gets out of the way, Accelerator now aborts his lap already and redresses the position with Noodles.
Yep. Next one across the line, we've got Restless Orb about to start his next flying lap with the DRS wide open.
Bremer, man, you don't need to worry, bro. It's something you've got to get used to. You just got to stick with it. You know, head down, stick with the wheel, man, and I've tried. Believe me, you'll get so much quicker with it. You'll find your pace within about 2 to 3 weeks, and then you'll start improving from then on.
And Bremer, if all else fails, mate, it's a lot more fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot more fun and immersive, and it's definitely a good change. So yeah, keep with it, mate. Congrats on the change. Keep your head up.
Gumbo, thanks for joining the chat, mate. Good to see you. So Restless Orb currently on a lap. He's doing. It's not looking too bad, to be very honest with you. It's very clean. A lot of the drivers are getting out of his way as soon as they can. Jimmy's now retired in the pits, so he is done with his time there. Maybe couldn't get out in time or forgot that there was no more time.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he might have had enough time to get out and again, but yeah, Restless Orb's going nice, cuts that curb, uses all the track. And that big long run all the way down to the final corner.
This one
out nice and wide. Hits the apex.
Beautifully done.
Good exit. DRS open again. Where does this put him? Just up the one position, so 129.486.
So we've got Rapid Noodles on a lap at the moment too. Where's he? Yeah, he's just coming through into the second sector. As he now comes right along that back straight. DRS wide open again. And Accelerator using his slipstream to the advantage. Trying to get him dragged along. Oh, he's slowed down a bit from him actually.
That's the end of the session. These are the final laps. No invalidation there. It's a purple middle sector for Noodles. He makes that run down to the last corner. Using all the track here, Duck. They're going for it, these Tier 1 lads.
They do always. That's the thing about these Tier 1 guys. They always put on a massive
and
show.
Noodles goes top. 128.81, 9 thousandths quicker than Curtis.
Well, Curtis is on a lap now, so he's going to want to really show him what they've got because, I mean, he's been sitting in P1 since his very first lap, and I don't think he's going to allow that to happen. Currently sitting on a 128.090. Yeah, like you said, only 9 1,000ths of a second behind Noodles, but he's looking pretty fast. He sets the fastest second sector now. But can he improve as he heads down the final straight, the long straight? Like you said before, you want to head straight into the final turn and take all of the apex, all of the track, and then all the track again on the exit as he does.
Nice exit. That looks like a really good exit. Here we go. What's it going to be?
Down. And there he goes, up into P1 with a 127.914. That is a quick time.
What a lap.
So as he now finishes 0.166 seconds ahead of Noodles. So there he is, the man in P1, Oz Curtis. Congratulations, mate. We'll see you in the race. And there is your grid, ladies and gentlemen. So we have Oz Curtis in P1, Rapid Noodles for the Mercedes in P2, Left for Dead in P3, Haas in P4. The second Mercedes in P4 with with RT Toto. B&E Millsy in P6, Jack Sully P7, Rapid Cahoot in the Red Bull in P8, Hello There for the Ferrari in P9, Waddington for the Williams in P10, Arkozel P11, Striker P9, Storm Hutto in P13, Jimmy NZ in P14, Mickey 15, Restless Orb 16, XRL Cruise in 17, Abyss 18, and rounding out the top 19 is Bremer in the other Alpine. So Alpine looking to have a bit of a struggle here tonight. Finishing in the top, in the
make
bottom.
Some moves.
Yeah, finishing in the bottom
they're only
three.
1 point behind Red Bull, sitting in 7th. So Red Bull in 6th and 1 point behind. So that's not going to be ideal for them.
No.
But look, as we say, it's a long race. Anything can happen. So they just got to keep their head down and go for it. But the interesting one was, as you said, Duck, was it 2nd and 4th or 2nd and 5th for Mercedes? So 2nd
and 4th, I think it was. I think I said
2nd and 4th. So they're probably looking to make some leaps up the ladder if they can keep those positions because they're sitting down in 9th at the moment. So
they've had a bit of a rough trot as well. Noodles doing all right, but he's had some bingles in some previous races. Top has just been trotting along on his own in the positions that he's been finishing, and then he's now, like we said, stepped down to Tier 2. Who's just been given a full-time seat again tonight after we've reached out to many reserves. And he's now gone in to the Haas in replace of McFlurry, who threw his toys out of the pram and said, see you later.
The old toys out of the pram, hey?
Yeah, it's always the way.
Always the way. No, what do you think? What are you predicting, Duck, tonight? What do you think?
Carnage turn 1. No. Look, honestly, I think we're going to see. I think Curtis is going to get P1. I think he's got the pace to keep it there. He doesn't have the short distance pace. He's got long distance pace, and even though someone will start to catch him after he gets away, he'll then be able to pull away after a couple more laps after they've caught up. Noodles, I don't think he's going to get a very good start, and that'll cause Left for Dead to be able to catch him. With Left for Dead currently sitting in P2, he's going to want to get as many points as he can tonight to try and beat Oz Curtis for the Drivers' Championship position. Accelerator, again, he's one that's been having a bit of a struggle town. He's been crashing out or being crashed out, so on and so forth, but I think he can get up there too. My top 3, I'm calling it as Oz Curtis, Left for Dead, and I'm going to call it Cahoot. Oz Curtis, Left for Dead, and Cahoot. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind Cahoot. As I guess we should have a look at the tyres here, Duck, and see See what the lads
do
are
it.
starting on here. As we can see, we've got Curtis starting on the hards, Noodles on mediums, and then we've got Left 4 Dead, Accelerator hards, Toto Millsy mediums, then we go hards all the way down to P12 as Kahoot has found himself sitting on the grid, not helping those hards to heat up at all.
No.
Striker on mediums, Storm Hutto on hards, Jimmy NZ's going to start on the softs, Mickey hards, Russell's all mediums, Cruz Abyss hards, and Brimmer mediums. So a fair mix there. Interesting to see what moves and shakes Jimmy NZ can make with those softs early on. And if Curtis can hold off Noodles, I guess, on the first lap on those fresh hards.
I think one thing we've got to be keeping an eye out for right now too is Left 4 Dead with the Scotty Mackerel. Curtis was pulling up to the grid as he was still coming down the back straight, so not too sure what happened back there. We'll have to have a look at it a bit later on, but that Scotty Mackerel was definitely not adhered to. So
no, I think that'll be one that our old mates upstairs in the stewards might just have to have a cheeky look at, just to make sure that everything's kosher there. As we see the grids all lined up now, few disqualifications. Two guys going too far, but that's to be seen.
Yeah, so I don't have lights on my screen.
I don't have lights on mine either. I can hear some cars revving.
Me too. Oh, there we go. Lights are out apparently, and away we go. So Oz Curtis now sticks it up stays in P1. Noodles now goes into P1. Toto up to P3. Accelerator P4 now dropping to P5. Left 4 Dead stays P6. Kahoot all the way up to P7. There looks to be a bit of an incident.
Oh, Noodles is around.
And Toto. Toto has also been taken out by his... no, that's
Sorry,
Toto.
It was Toto. My apologies. Yep. My apologies.
That's all good. But Storm Hutto, he's again been just hindered. He's always finding himself in some sort of a mess. But look at Watto up into P6 currently.
And looking to make some moves on Accelerator as well.
Yeah. So let's look at the position changes. Noodles up at one position, Curtis down one. I think our biggest success, I was going to say Bremer, but Bremer's lost 2 positions. Now down to up 4 positions. 5 positions up into P14. But as we move up here, let's have a look at the guys and look at the distance. 1.2 seconds to the leader.
Wow.
So it's already spread right out.
Yep. So those three have pulled a real gap at the front. It's starting to string out. It always does here a little bit of Bahrain, doesn't it?
It does.
It strings out very quickly. As Left 4 Dead is the biggest loser from the start, down to 10, down to 13th. Maybe it is something to do with what happened to Toto there, but
I would say so. I mean, looking at it now too, you've also got Arkozel who dropped down a fair few positions, but looking at the penalties, we've already got Rapid Mickey, not even 2 laps in, just under 3 laps in, has already picked himself up with a 3-second time penalty. So
you see Left 4 Dead and Bremer both get into the pits for new noses.
So it looks to me some position changes back here. Rapid Toto all the way, all the way back up to P8. Kahoot now he's chasing Kahoot in the P7 position for Red Bull. Right on his tail too.
Yeah, he's going to look. Just needs to be smart here and take his time, which I'm sure he will.
We've got a decent little train going on here, starting with Jack Sully in P4. Waddington right behind him. Oh, another 3-second time penalty for Abyss there. Waddington in P5, only 3/10 behind him is Accelerator, who 5/10 behind him is Kahoot. It's just starting to be a bit of a train going on here.
Yep. It'll be Jack Sully at the front of it once that DRS opens up. So
yeah, he's in not a very good position. So we're just getting word that Hello There has now disconnected. Just tell him to rejoin. We're gonna have to see how it handles. unfortunately.
Sorry, everyone, we just had news that one of the drivers is disconnected. So we are just going to time to rejoin, which isn't ideal, but we're just going to hope that Cody's and these AU servers can handle it on this Wednesday night.
Yeah, so in case you've been watching over the last 3 nights, or in case you haven't been watching over the last 3 nights, we've been noticing there's been a lot of Australia server errors going on, because it's not just our league, it's happening in other leagues too. There's a fair bit of desync. Tier 3 copped it probably the worst that I've ever seen it, for that matter. Where cars were saying that they were here, but in fact they're actually 3 corners up ahead, according to their point of view, and so on and so forth. And it just caused, I'll say it now, it caused controversy in terms of what happened to the standings and what happens to the race. Thankfully we got through that. Tier 2 last night, we always saw a bit of desync, but it really wasn't overly bad, so we were able to call the decision quite quickly, and hoping tonight we don't see the same issue as what we saw the last few nights with Hello There dropping out.
I suppose we just have to cross our fingers and our toes, Duh.
That's it. Oh, they're crossed. I'm crossing everything I can.
So the front 3, so Noodles, Curtis and Millsy have pulled out 5-second gap to Jack Sully in 4th. They're not quite within DRS of each other, but they're just handling their gaps, and looks like they're just going to get into their work and just take their time now and see what comes of the race. As this train, and they're still squabbling away from 4th to 8th. They're separated by a blanket, really.
Yeah, very much so.
Not by much.
I mean, you look at Kahoot at the moment trying to get past Accelerator, but the DRS is not helping him with the train, because he opens up his DRS and Accelerator has already opened up his, so you just can't gain that time. Whereas you look at Jack Sully, he doesn't have DRS to the guys behind, or to help him excel, but I think he's got that straight line speed, because they're not catching him on that straight. Through the corners they start to catch him, but then straight line, no, there's just no chance.
And he must have his wings a little bit lower, because he doesn't seem to be using a whole lot of battery at 55%. He uses a bit down the straights, but then you've got Watto behind him who's got 37%. So Jack's definitely got some straight line speed, and not having to use his ARS as much as what Watto is behind him, trying to get past that Aston Martin.
Yeah, and it's not helping him too. I'm not helping the guys behind, all being on the hard tyres. RT Toto, he's probably going to start to see a bit of an advantage shortly, being on those mediums, but that advantage won't hold on for too long, because those mediums will start to go. Around lap 15 we started seeing last night, lap 13 to 15 we started seeing last night, before a safety car came out. But currently, it's been a very, very clean race. We've got Jimmy NZ now being absolutely hindered by Hello There behind him. It looks like a little bit of contact has been made, but not enough to cause any issues.
He's getting very harassed down there in P11. I just wonder if those softs have gone a little bit early or not, as they head down that back straight.
That's the thing. Obviously, I think a lot of drivers are starting to expect chaos turn 1, and it just hasn't been the case. As there we go, Hello There now tries to go around the outside. Can he get the move done? He slots right back in behind Jimmy as he gets real defensive. Beautifully done. Now goes side by side again. Are we going to be able to see a move here down the inside on the final turn? It doesn't look like it. Jimmy does have that straight line speed once again.
And Jimmy with this squabbling, Jimmy has fallen out of DRS of the car in front, so it should be relatively easy move here for Hello There.
What is happening here? Jimmy Enzo now into the pits. He is getting off those soft tyres. He's realised how much time he is losing. I think he was expecting a safety car. I really do. An early safety car too. And here we go. Rapid Kahoot has dropped a few positions. Now drops right back down to
eight.
P8. He was on the attack of Accelerator, and he was only 0.06 behind him, or 0.6 seconds behind him, and he just fell by the wayside. That was it. See you later.
Yeah, I wonder if it was maybe made a little mistake there and trying to go too hard, push too hard, and he's just. But look, he hasn't turned it around. It's still in P8, so and Toto has something looks like a time penalty next to his name, so he'll get back up there and try and attack again. And that's really the only sort of the battle spot at the moment.
Yeah,
is that fourth to eighth. The rest are pretty strung out. Striker's trying to stay on the back of Restless Orb here as well, waiting for that DRS. But it looks like Restless Orb, similar to what Jack Sully has, is just that straight line speed.
Yeah.
Which takes away some of that DRS.
Funnily enough, they're both Aston Martin too, so have they been sharing their setups?
Maybe. I mean, it'd be good camaraderie if they were.
Yeah.
But it can go one of both ways, can't it? They can both be good, or they can
both be, Toto
so
causes a big incident. Sorry to cut you off there. Toto has decided to go for a late dive down the inside of turn 1 and just lock straight up and head straight for the wall, cutting off Accelerator behind him and completely taking off what looks to be like Accelerator's front wing. Yeah, he's got some wing damage. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's also got a bit of side pod.
So does Watto. So obviously Watto was caught up in that as well. He's missing an end plate.
So he is.
So I imagine I will see them box in, but yeah, I mean, I missed that one unfortunately. So, and Accelerator's got damage as well. So,
the Accelerator is now around, and he has caused a bit of issues for Restless Orb behind him, as Restless Orb had nowhere to go. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, what is happening here? Looks like no, we're good. So, Arkozal, the man that F1 Gamer has been talking about, saying Arkozal is looking quick. Currently sitting in P10, started quite poorly, unfortunately. It looked like he got caught up in a bit of an incident and dropped all the way back down to the back of the grid, and has now moved back up to P10. So he's doing well to have a bit of a recovery here. Yeah, hello there.
I think. Yeah, no. Hello there. As Toto comes into the pits.
Yeah, same with Accelerator.
Yeah, they'll fix those noses and chuck on some new tyres. Will the hards go to the end from here for Toto as he chucks on those fresh hards?
Yeah, they do have the potential to go. They will start to be quite loose on the rear. As now we look to see Arkozal try and make a move up the inside of hello there. Doesn't get the move done, but he fights right back and says, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to force that pressure on you and force you into an error." But it doesn't happen. Hello there, very strong indeed with his defensive driving, and doesn't let Arkozal get the position done.
That was very good racing from them. Just give each other plenty of room and live to fight another day. That, as Rapid Kahoot has passed Jack Sully, I was just about to say that little squabble and those cars going off, that sort of helped Jack Sully, but obviously Kahoot had the pace on him, and now Kahoot's going to try and make a run at these guys. They've pulled out a 7-second gap.
It's going to be hard to come back, and the good thing for that top three, if there's a safety car at all in the next, or whenever, and they've still got that gap, it's a really good time for them to pit, because they've got that space to be able to pit and pull back out and stay in the lead, unless cars obviously stay up for track position, but they'll have to pit eventually anyway.
Yep.
So Jack Sully's still on the back. Oh, hang on. Let's move back down here to Striker. Only 2/10 off of Waddington in front of him, who has a bit of front wing damage. But Striker now also under attack from hello there in P8. Let's see how this one plays out as
you've got
hello there now.
Arkozal just waiting in the wings, just waiting to see what happens here as well. Trying to pick off any scraps.
Yeah, very opportunistic driving, I think, from Arkozel, and hello there. I think Arkozel more. Oh no, as we go up the inside, is there going to be contact? There's no contact made. It's very nice, clean driving between these guys here. But Arkozel does lose out a little bit of time. Not by much though. But hello there, still now feeling the pressure of Arkozel behind him. Striker feeling the pressure of hello there. And Waddington also feeling that pressure. As now we see Arkozel duck down the inside. Can he get a move done? He doesn't. Looks like he was just trying to fend off Arkozel behind him.
Restless Orbs trying to come up into this little battle as well. So we've got a nice little battle going here. They're very close, driving very well. We just don't want to see them get too impatient. Wait for the time as you said, Watto's got that wing damage. Oh!
Striker has rear-ended the back of Waddington, who has been sent. And unfortunately, that has sent Striker off into the distance and has now lost positions due to it. Restless Orb now picks up the advantage, same with Arkozel, who also picks up that advantage, but hello there is now into the pits.
Yeah, I think hello there just got caught in that as well and just touched the back of them, so he came in to put on a new nose, so he'll jump back in the race as Arkozel and Waddington are fighting it out. Arkozel up. Whoa! Yeah, plenty of room there. It wasn't much, but there was some room there with Duck.
You found it.
We found it, yeah.
So Waddington now only 3/10 behind Arkozel, who gets that position done on Watto. Can Watto fight back though? He's still without an end plate on his front right wing, so he's going to be under the pump. But if anyone can hold his position, it is Watto. We've seen him do it in the past. And,
he's got a weird knack of fighting through from front wing damage and just keeping it on track. He's very good at it. So looks to be losing a little bit of time as Arkozel sort of gets himself set now and takes off. But that's going to leave Watto in the hands of Restless Orb and Striker behind him.
So we're not seeing too many close battles now. The field is sort of spreading out now. I mean, everyone's got a bit of a gap to the driver ahead. I mean, Striker only 6/10 behind Restless Orb. Watto only 5/10 behind Arkozel, but is losing time very quickly. We've got some battles going on down here with XRL Cruz and hello there. Hello there definitely has that pace and is now coming up to the back of Storm Hutto. As Storm Hutto looks to be quite defensive and will want to try and hold position because he wants his first lot of points for the season.
Accelerator's going to go down the inside of Jimmy NZ into turn 1, or the Schumacher corner as we learnt tonight, Duck.
There we go.
And he gets that done nice and easy. Jimmy obviously wasn't going to fight that too hard with their tyre differences. Oh, it's only 2 laps different, but obviously Accelerator has the pace.
Oh, he definitely does. Accelerator definitely has the pace over Mickey. Mickey, again, is another one of those drivers that's just been having a few issues of late in terms of, consistency. Just hasn't been able to put it on when he needs to put it on, but Accelerator as well. So it's Team Haas in F1 currently sitting in last place for the constructors. So you're going to see how that can go.
Interestingly here, Abyss. So TTD Abyss OC was down.
Oh, we have a car around.
Or 18th. And he's, after that sort of lap 1 drama, he's moved his way up into 10th. So he's definitely the biggest, doing well here to move up into 10th now. So he's looking to get a move on. Sorry, Duck, I didn't mean to cut you off. Who did we have do a little spinneroo?
It was Rapid Mickey, as we were talking about him already, but I'm sort of a bit iffy at the moment.
And we've got a safety car. Rima has DNF'd, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let me see where he's DNF'd. He's had a moment and in the wall. So we're going to have a looks like a full safety car. So, as you were saying before, Duck, though, this is the perfect time for, I think, particularly the medium runners at the front, Noodles and Millsy, but definitely a good chance for them to get a free pit stop, and they'll come out sort of
absolutely.
top five at least.
The thing is, Curtis now has a decision to make. Does he pit or does he stay out? 11 lap hold hards is definitely pitting. Yeah, good choice. Bremer, stick with it, my man. You've got this. You just got to keep your head up. You've been racing really well, especially on the wheel. I mean, right now, I know you don't think you have been, but like, I can tell you, man, you really have been. So stick with it. Like I said, 2 to 3 weeks, man, and just constant driving. You'll see that yourself. You'll see yourself back up there, and you've got the pace. You've got the pace, man. I know you do. So stick with it.
100%, Duck. Yeah, well said, mate. As you said before, Bremer, I went through the same thing. So if you want to chuck me a DM, mate, and have a chat, let me know. But yeah, stick with it, brother.
There you go. So, like we said before, the top three pitting under safety car conditions will definitely see them hold position, and it's exactly what has happened. As we see Curtis now on the faster tyre, but is he going to be able to go the distance? Lap 13. This is exactly when a safety car came out last time,
actually. I suppose the question is going to be is how long it takes for the safety car to round up the field and how many laps they get through doing that. But
that's exactly right. The field is so spread out.
15 laps, it might be doable, but you'd have to manage them quite well, and then try and get past Noodles as soon as possible. But yeah, this amount of laps around the safety car as well gives the hard boys a chance to fire those up. So yeah, don't go anywhere, anyone. It's going to be very interesting because we've also got Kahoot as well in P4 on those mediums. Your pick, mate. So he's making his way up there. So we just neutralise a little bit here, and
but I tell you what, this has helped. This has helped RT Toto and Left 4 Dead to be able to pick themselves back up from where they were. They were very close to being lapped, but now only
on my screen I've got them 2 laps down.
We have desync. If you've got them 2 laps down, that's a worry. What's your order? What's the order that you're looking at?
So we've got Noodles P1, Curtis P2, Millsy P3.
Oh, hang on. Are you looking at tyres though? 2 laps?
No, I had it on. What do I have it on? Gap.
Oh, okay.
To leader. But it looks like it's sorted itself out.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So you've got left.
Yeah, I had it as a minute 17. I wasn't looking at gap to leader. I was looking at interval. That's why.
Oh, right. Yeah. no, all good. Yep. So yeah. So you're right. So yeah, Toto and Left 4 Dead. It does bring them back up to the back of the pack. So hopefully they'll be looking to make some moves because they've definitely got the pace at that back of the field. So
yeah,
just got to keep it clean and see how we go from there. As we've got another Haas in the pits as well. So Rapper Mickey is boxed again for mediums.
So I'll tell you what,
this is mediums on.
This is a drive that I want to sort of point out at the moment, as F1 Gamer has just pointed out in chat too. Kozel currently having very, very good recovery drive. Started P11, dropped down to P18, and is now back up into P6 in front of Restless Orb.
Wow,
he's had a comeback
drive. Yeah.
If I've ever seen
just
one,
under the radar.
He has, it's flown under the radar, definitely.
Yep. Just taking his time, picked his moments, picked his battles, and yeah, credit to him to come back up to P6. And that's another one where this safety car might work into his hand, bunch the field up a little bit as well.
Absolutely. And his team principal, Andy H, will be looking at that going, thank Christ, I've got a car in the points at the moment.
Yep, that'll definitely be piquing Andy's interest. And I'm sure he'll be hoping that Left 4 Dead can make his way back in as well.
If anyone can do it, Left 4 Dead, I've seen him come on some really hot charges before and get himself back up into nice fighting positions too. So I think he can do it. He did say earlier tonight that he was having a few issues with this track, and this is a track that is you're either on for or you're not. And last night for me, I was struggling, but somehow reached a decent position. But this is my most hated track, so I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, it's a funny way it works sometimes, isn't it? Sometimes you hate it so much that you're good at it.
That's it.
Haunts your nightmares, so at least you're thinking about something in your nightmares, I suppose.
One of those things, eh?
One of those things, that's it.
So,
Mickey's just about to jump up to the back of this safety car, so hopefully this will be the last lap.
Yep, we will go racing after this. So let's have a look at the grid. Currently, sorry, what were you saying?
No, you're right. You go, mate. Sorry, I was all good.
That's all right. So currently looking at the grid as we see it, we've got Noodles in P1, Curtis P2, Millsy in P3, Kahoot in P4, Jack Sully in P5, Arkozel, the monstrous driver that he's had, up into P6, Restless Orb P7, Striker P8, Jimmy NZ in P9. Hello there, rounding out the top 10. Waddington is going to want to start to put some his foot down now that he's got a new wing on, so he's going to be able to fight. Accelerator also going to be able to fight up into P12 currently. Abyss P13, Storm Hutto P14, Javier Cruz, XRL Cruz in P15, Toto P16, Left 4 Dead P17, Rapid Mickey P18, and our unfortunate DNF for the night so far is WRL Bremer.
The safety car has taken away from Noodles, and Noodles controls our field from here.
He's backed up the grid nice early too.
Yeah, what I was going to ask you before, Duck, is do you think the mediums will last to the end? Or are those boys going to hope for a safety car? They can
definitely last to the end. They're going to get hairy as hell. But I've seen Curtis really take his tyres a lot longer than most. And there we go. Noodles now gets the start. As hello, there gets a 5-second time penalty for causing a severe collision with Jimmy NZ. And looks to be a bit of damage back there. As now hello there drops down. Oh. And Millsy now putting his nose up where it doesn't belong, saying hello. Now loses that position to Curtis. Curtis now gains that position, goes up into P3. So far, looking like my top three.
Makes the most of that as well. Yeah. Top three's looking good, guys. It might be a good pick.
Yeah, it's going to get spicy in the later sections of the race here. But now I reckon we're going to see this top four start to peel away from the rest of the grid because they've got the speed. Although we can't cat out Mr. Arkozel now up into P5.
Well, he's to P5. That's it. He's got past Jack Sally as well as Jimmy jumps past Watto, and Watto's fighting it back down there and gets it back as well. So. But no, I think you're right. I think these top four and probably top five with Arkozel, you throw him in there as well. They'll look to drive off into the Bahrain sunset.
We've got a driver around. That is RRT Toto has spun and is now into the wall. That puts him right back down to last place, or second last place, P18. Unfortunate for RT Toto, but his teammate is still holding strong to Oz Curtis behind, only 2/10 as Curtis now opens up his ERS. Sitting on 54%. Is he going to make a move? He looks to. Noodles cuts him out and says nope, but
Curtis up that inside. Nice move. Can Noodles get a better exit here and fight him down the straight as Kahoot jumps in on this as well?
I was about to say, Kahoot's sticking his nose up too. And we saw these two go at it last weekend, and unfortunately both of them collided with a driver in front of them, and both put them out of contention for any top points that they were going to get. But while that has been going on with Kahoot and Noodles, Oz Curtis has been able to gain a full 8/10 on the drivers behind him, so he's got a little bit of distance there in case anything goes wrong. But Millsy also looking to keep up with the top 3, and Arkozal also still looking to keep up with these guys ahead.
Yeah, Arkozal's right there still as well, so...
Jabu, yeah, I was also questioning this. I don't know who F1 Gamer is, but he's a long-time fan of Arkozal, and that's fine.
We've all got it. We've all got to have our fans, Duck.
That's it. It's very well known that I've got that little man crush on Oz Curtis. He's the driver that I really want to see do well. As he now picks up the fastest lap, 1:31.528.
There he goes.
Beautiful on those medium tyres.
As our accelerator goes down the inside of Restosorb into turn 1. So that was a nice move there. But yeah, look, it's spread out again a little bit, hasn't it?
It has, but we've got fighting going on in that top 4. We've got Beanie Millsy only 2 tenths behind Noodles currently, and Rapid Kahoot right on the heel of Oz Curtis ahead, only 4 tenths behind. So are we going to start to see some desperate overtakes? Are we going to start to see some clean side-by-side racing? And I'm going to go for the latter of the option, because these guys, this Tier 1 group is just an absolutely formidable racing tier.
They're crazy. Some of the quickest drivers we've got in the Oceanic region, obviously across our partners as well.
Absolutely.
So it's really good to see, the quality of driver and the speed that these guys have got on show.
So, guys, as Unique mentioned with our partners, if you are looking for some other leagues to join, if you don't know about them already, head on over to OCE. Those guys are our main partners there, guys that we've really been working well with. And then we've also got our other partners, which is Rapid Racing League, another league that we've been working well with, probably the OG League, one that I very first heard about. Those guys have been going for quite some time.
Kozel up to P4 down the inside of Millsy. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, that's all right.
That was a very nice move down into turn 1 there. Yeah, this top 5. This top 5, as you said, Duck, they're battling it out amongst each other, and they look to be keeping it so clean so far, which is really good to see.
So Kozel, I'm going to say it now. This is probably the guy that I'm going to put my money on for driver of the day. Even if Cody's doesn't give it to him, I'm giving it to him. He's my pick for driver of the day. Starting P11, dropping down to P18, all the way up to P6 during the safety car, and is already back up into P4. He's closed that gap to Noodles ahead too.
Noodles look to have some pace through that middle sector and keeps it sort of at that second, but yeah, he's catching them, and yeah, it has been a monster drive.
Yeah.
Monster drive by Arkozal. I'll back you in on that one, Duck. I think, yeah, provided it stays as it is. Obviously, we always know that anything can happen, but yeah, it's been a great drive. And you've got Kahoot, who's also put himself up into P2, looking to chase down Curtis. But yeah, Arkozal for me, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, look at Left Dead currently in P10. He's now made up some positions from where he was at the start of the race, dropping right down into, I think, P14 he fell to, P13 or 14, but now hot on the heels of Waddington as Waddington moves over
around the outside
to get the fight. And can he get it done? Waddington puts him out wide, and looks like he's going to get the position done. I think he is.
Great.
Left for Dead, fantastic move. And Waddington, once again, just a very respectful driver. Knows how to go wheel to wheel and leave that space that is necessary to leave. So well done, Watto. And fantastic driving Left for Dead. Love to see it. So Jack Sully, Accelerator now moves up into P6, overtakes Jack Sully. And now on the charge down for Beanie Millsy ahead of him, only by 8 tenths.
Cahoot staying within that 5/10 of Curtis at the front here. I think he's just holding fire, waiting to find the right moment at this stage.
He is, but look who's losing time behind him. 1.6 seconds.
Will those hards come into their own though at the end of the race?
Absolutely, they will.
Feel it a bit sketchy.
100% they will.
So Noodles just, I think, has to hold his time and hold off our Kozul, which we know is no easy feat as well. But yeah, it's going to come a point where those hards are going to be on fire, and the mediums aren't going to be too crash hot. So
absolutely,
still plenty more to come, which is exciting. This is what we came for, isn't it, Duck?
That's it. So let's look at the tyres. Currently, the top two on mediums, Noodles on the hards, Kozul on those mediums. That's why he's been able to find that pace to get the moves made on some of these drivers. Millsy on the hards, and then we go down to Jack Sully and Accelerator on the mediums. Restless Orb on those hards. Right the way down to P11, back onto the mediums, and then hards, medium, medium, hard, and then the three bottom drivers on mediums. And we look at penalties as well.
Look at the pen, see what we've got.
I think hello there. It's got 5 seconds of penalties, and that was for his severe collision with Jimmy NZ. Abyss has 6 seconds of penalties, so 2 lots of track limits. Toto with his 3 seconds, and Rapid Mickey with his 3 seconds. So no drivers up the front are going to be losing positions as we speak to penalties at the end of the race, if they can keep
Accelerator
it on track.
Going into the last corner, he's 3/10 behind Millsy, and Millsy doesn't have DRS. Accelerator opens flashing up that DRS.
Millsy also out of ERS, flashing majorly too.
Still have a bit straight line speed as well. So Accelerator's just going to have to wait his time as he's going to get the DRS again down this straight.
It's not a very long straight for DRS, this one. There's not much that you can do. Yeah, see, he just sticks it right back inside.
Yep.
But if he can hold him as close as he can going into that back straight, I think he could get a move made. He's definitely got the pace on Millsy ahead. And look at him, sitting right on him currently. As we now head down into the downhill left-hander. Opens up that DRS too. No, he doesn't. That's a safety car. We have another safety car out. That is Rapid Mickey, who has DNF'd on track. Let's see if we can... we'll ride on board with Curtis, and we'll see exactly what's happened here.
I think he got the kiss of death, Duck, by the looks of it.
He has. He has.
This corner has claimed another victim. Oh, unlucky for him.
Oh, man.
Unlucky for Rapid Mickey.
That's unlucky for Haas. Haas have not had a great run. But, I mean, we see Accelerator currently. Yeah, as they all jump into the pits to jump onto the soft tyres. The top three. Who is going to stay out? Kozul stays out. Is he on the mediums? He is, isn't he?
Kozul on the mediums. He stayed out. Yep.
This is going to get spicy. Waddington stays out.
Stays out.
So this could really,
so far.
This could actually hinder Curtis, Cahoot, Noodles, Millsy, because they've got 2 drivers ahead of him, Watto and Kozul, who are fantastic at defensive driving. So it's, are they going to be able to hold them off long enough to be able to hold those positions and keep 1-2?
Alright, throws another curveball.
It does. Put it in chat, guys. What do you think? Do you think Kozul and Watto made the right decision staying out, or and holding track position, or do you think they may have made the wrong call?
JABO07 believes that Kozul did the right decision, choosing the track position, and reckons the softs will die off come the end. I suppose we did see Jimmy's softs not do too well.
Yeah,
I think he got 5 laps out of it, but again, at the start of the race,
Jimmy Enzo went 5 laps under full race conditions, whereas these guys they're probably going to go let's say, probably 3 laps, I reckon, under safety car conditions.
And then the fuel load won't hinder them as much. So
actually, no, they'll probably only go 2 laps under safety car because the drivers behind are starting to catch up already. They'll catch up this next lap, and that'll cause safety car to go in.
This time, was it?
No, not at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you want to see tyres? Let's go to tyres. I reckon they can last too. Yep. So 10 lap old mediums for Arcozal and Waddington, whereas fresh sauce for the entire grid except for Abyss, who is on fresh mediums. Storm Damo says wrong choice. Sauce will be faster and mediums will start sliding. Watto's boxed.
Watto's just boxed.
Yeah.
So he stayed out on the mediums. I think he realised that
he's made the mistake.
He's made a mistake, and he's onto softs now as well.
Oh, he's serving a 5-second time. No, he's got a new wing put on. He got damaged somewhere. We missed that. We've also got another 2 drivers into the pit, Striker and Abyss. Striker now goes onto the medium tyres, Abyss back onto the soft tyres. So there must have been some sort of collision there.
Yeah, I saw Abyss go out on the medium, so I'm just wondering if you realised that maybe he didn't have the right tyre picked and wanted to go back onto the softs. But hopefully they can catch up and we can see this race going underway for a pretty much a 6-lap sprint now.
Yeah. Jab, I don't think Watto hesitated, man. He's got that new wing put on, so he obviously had damage. And he knew he wasn't going to be able to hold it off. So he went to soft tyres to be able to fight back. He's got the pace. So I reckon he'll be able to get at least maybe 3 possible positions. But right now, Curtis looking to be in a very good position. Kahoot looking to be in a good position. But can they get past this man right here, the beast of a driver from today, Arcozal, starting P11, dropping down to 18, moving himself all the way up into P1 by holding track position under the safety car conditions, not pitting for those softs like the rest of them.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing, isn't it? Curtis and Coot have got to get past him, which isn't going to be easy because he's very quick, as the safety car will be in this lap.
So Arcozal now slows the pack down as he controls the safety, controls the lead lap.
Thanks, Goffey. Yeah, much love, Goffey. Thanks, mate.
And there we go. So Unique, sorry, not Unique. Arcozal now gets the jump, but Curtis is still right on the back of him. Manages to hold on very, very closely. Only 2/10 off. Can he get a position done? It looks like he goes to defend and goes around the outside. Can he get it done? It looks like clean racing is beautiful as he gets the move done very nicely.
What a move.
Arcozal already dropping down to P2. It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Very nice move. And very, very respectful racing again from these blokes. It's really good.
So now Arcozal under the pump from the man behind him in the Red Bull Rapid Kahoot, and then Mercedes with Noodles. So it's going to be, is he going to be able to hold on?
Yeah. He's just got to hold on, and I think he's got the ability to do it. It's just going to depend on if he can. He's got to make no mistakes. He's got these guys breathing down his neck as Kahoot gets the better exit out of that corner. So unfortunately, the mediums just don't have the same grip level as these softs at the moment, which, when I say it, sounds like Captain Obvious. Sorry, guys.
But I'll tell you what, he's now going to be under the pump too from Noodles, who Noodles is now right behind him. Millsy right behind Noodles, and then Accelerator behind Millsy. So are we going to see Arcozal just drop further and further by the wayside? Because Noodles now has 63% ERS, whereas Arcozal already down to 40%. Noodles now goes around the outside of Millsy. I was looking at the wrong driver. Yeah. So Curtis now sets the fastest lap with a 1:34.39.
Millsy almost got caught there with his nose in the wrong spot as he takes that position back on Accelerator. So it looks like it's just going to be
getting a bit tussly here with these guys, Accelerator and Millsy, like you were saying. they go side by side. Millsy on the inside of Accelerator. Accelerator now on the inside. They touch wheels. And it looks like... Oh, Millsy just holds himself back on track, but unfortunately loses that position to Accelerator and loses some time too, as Jack Sully is going to want to take advantage of that and trying to pick up the position on him.
And I know we mentioned him before, but Left for Dead, is up into 8th now, and right on the back of Jack Sully. He's looking to get into the mix of these things, as he's got past Jack Sully already as well. So he's looking to get back up into the fights that are ahead of him.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead is definitely one of those drivers that he just doesn't bow out. Doesn't matter what happens, he doesn't bow out. He stays on track and just finds the positions. Somehow just manages to get himself back up into really good positions too, as he gets that move done on Jack Sully. So,
yep. Arkozel has now fallen to P4. Unfortunately, with DRS enabled this lap, hopefully that'll help him. But Accelerator is right on his gearbox.
Accelerator
pulls out
side
last
by
moment
side
and gets that done up the inside. Hopefully the DRS will help Arkozel now. I guess counterbalance some of the wheel differences. As he's going to go side by side with Accelerator into.
Accelerator gets very squirrely coming out of that. Looks like he got a little bit of not damage, a little bit of a touch there by Arkozel, but manages to hold it still on track. As we've got a yellow flag in Sector 1, that is TTV Abyss as he goes around and is now dropped down to P17. Now Accelerator back on the heel of Arkozel, opens up that DRS.
Millsy got very squirrely out of that call.
Yeah, he's lost position too as a result. Left 4 Dead now up into P6. Some really good, strong positions for the Alfa Romeo lads.
And he will be sitting there very happy at this stage. Hoping it just stays as is, but yeah, great racing from these guys. It's been really, really good. Now with that DRS, Arkozel seems to be just holding off, but he doesn't have DRS now anyway, so
he'll lose this position. No way. There he goes. As Accelerator now takes it up into the inside of turn 1, gets it nice, and yeah, that's finished. That's finished with these guys. The only thing that's going to keep Arkozel in it is that DRS. As he now looks to go down the inside. He does. They now go side by side again. Round 2. Accelerator gets squirrely again. Oh, Arkozel. Arkozel is just fighting back and holding on to everything that he's got for P4. His back end sliding out of that turn there.
Those tyres would be on fire. Just absolutely cooked. Oh, as Accelerator goes wide. And
Accelerator loses positions, and it's now a P4 and P5 for the guys in the Alfa Romeo. Is Left 4 Dead going to play the team game and hold him up, or is Left 4 Dead going to try and gain position on Arkozel? This is going to be the interesting battle to see.
Yep.
As Accelerator now fights back with Left 4 Dead. Accelerator gets run real wide there, but gets himself back onto track right behind Left 4 Dead. Still sits on him. We saw the team play last week with Arkozel and Left 4 Dead. Arkozel was in P2 on the worse off tyres compared to everybody else under safety car conditions. It went to green light racing, and he just held the pack up so that Left 4 Dead could get the gap on everyone, and he did. He got a 2-second gap after the safety car. Oh no, hello there. Goes with a 3-second time penalty, so that is going to be a big drop for him. What looks to be...
These guys are so close, aren't they?
Yeah.
Any penalty is just going to make a big difference.
Absolutely.
At this stage, it looks like he'll drop all the way down to P12 or just P11. Because Toto also has a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah. Oh, he does too. Yeah, true. So, Accelerator, as we go now onto the final lap, can Accelerator get anything to the guys ahead? Is he going to be able to get a position done? It looks like he's trying very, very hard, but just doesn't have the pace to do it. And Kozel now lets his teammate pass, but it's going to cause a bit of an incident here. Bit of contact made. But Accelerator, Accelerator picks up the advantage and goes through the middle. Can he get the position kept? It doesn't look like it. He stays on the inside and forces. And there's contact made! And now that takes out Left 4 Dead 2. Oh, Kozel, I should say.
Oh, no. Oh, that last
has now retired on track.
Well, Curtis comes home to win the Bahrain Grand Prix, followed closely behind by Kahoot. And then Noodles wraps out our top 3. So that's what you had, Duck, just not in the right order.
Yeah, just not in the right order. It was still the top 3. But that's it. So I'm going to just invite these guys to the party. Once I've got them here, let's have a look. Have I got any of them as friends? I don't think I do.
Quickly run through the finishing grid while you sort that out. Oh, you don't?
No, so I'll wait for the next part. That's all good. Let's see who the driver of the day is first off. Waddington. I didn't see where he finished, but yeah, I think Kozel, for me, is definitely one of those driver of the day, even though he finished right at the back of the grid at the end of that.
Great race. Really good. Just last lap shenanigans just caught a few drivers out, but other than that, it was a great race. I've got Kahoot as a friend, so I've invited Kahoot in. We'll just wait for the next bit and get the other lads in and hear what they've got to say. Hey,
I'll invite Curtis
the ones who drove the cars.
And I'll invite Noodles. Thank you. Just make sure your audio. You know what to do. I don't need to tell you. Oh, okay. If you can just include your audio, please, for me. Thanks, Kahoot.
Nope. Not doing it. Nope. Not doing
it. And I don't know if Curtis does actually.
No, he's a bum.
Yeah, he's a bum, isn't he? Yeah, no, he hasn't.
Smells like one. Curtis, he smells like one. Look, this is all Curtis has to say. Look, shout out to the Alpha who finished P15, who blocked Kahoot and Noodles and blocked them from getting me. You're welcome, work, Curtis. Well done, mate. Great drive. Great drive.
Fired.
Yeah. Oh dear. So guys, we'll hit it off with P3 Noodles, mates. Absolute killer show tonight from you. I'd say the top 4, to be honest. Tell us about your quali first off.
Wasn't that great. I would have been in the 0.9, but then the S, uphill S is a, sorry for swearing, but piece of shit.
Yep.
Yep.
I feel your pain.
But yeah. I mean, P2 is good, but in my eyes, I think I could have done way better.
Yeah, okay. Excellent. And then about your race, man, like you're sitting in P1 in front of Curtis for quite a lot of that race, and then Curtis managing to pip you. What was going through your head when he was on the back of you for quite some time?
I knew in the middle of the first stint I was gaining time on him, so the confidence boost went up, and then I'm gonna say is I'm putting an incident report in against the safety car. Second time it's happened to me and Curtis.
Oh dear.
But nah, Curtis was quick, Kahoot was quick. I knew we were quicker. If there was no distractions, it would have been a great battle. But I'll take a podium. It's good points for Mercedes.
Absolutely. And then Unique, man, I'm going to let you kick it off with Kahoot.
Oh, why do you give me the bad one? Nah, I'm joking.
Bad one?
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
I'm like the honorary king here, but
this is it. Nah,
you smell.
You farted.
Congrats, lads. That was enjoyable to watch. Same thing. Kahoot, how'd your quali go? How'd you find?
Dude, I was at the licensing centre for 2 hours. Grabbed Varsi on the way back and was chomping through a burger mid quali. So no practice. Expected bottle happened not in the race but in quali. So yeah, it was average. It probably would have been only P3 or P4 at best had I completed that last lap, but totally butchered it. But it happens. It's going to happen at some point to everyone. But yeah, that's what happens when you don't practice.
That's it, yeah. But you made up for it in the race. You obviously had a bit of race pace, and I think a few safety cars went your way, did they? Or you just seemed to just put your head down and you just seemed to be in the right spots at the right times?
They definitely went his way. It's the only way he makes up positions.
Duck puncher. Put the safety car on increase next time. No, kidding, I'm kidding.
All right, no worries. You called it. There you go, tier 1. Increased on Kurt's request.
No. Regarding the race, yeah, look, got smacked into Millsy, but I'm glad that Millsy didn't lose. I think it may have lost one position, but Millsy, if you're watching the stream, yeah, man, I got smacked into the back of you down turn 1. So don't report me, please, love you. Yeah, and then I got caught up. Well, I wouldn't say caught up. I mean, but like I got a little bit frustrated behind the Sully train. Sorry, Jack, as well. I'm not trying to out you here for being slow. And then yeah, well, Toto did an absolute banging move that caused me to get 3 positions in one corner, overtakes of this century. Did you see that? 3 and 1. And then I got Jack, and I just like I said, I got into a groove. Yeah, safety car timing. First one was not good. No, not good at all, man. Like, had it been a couple more laps, and then the second one doesn't come out, I think me and Curtis are fighting for the win. Because those mediums can go about 15 laps before you start worrying about punctures, and that's how much we probably would have had. But no, another one came out as, dude, I don't understand how hards can feel great. Mediums can feel even better, but the softs can feel dog shite.
Yep.
In this game, it does not make sense. It does not make literal sense. So yeah, I was probably one of the. Yeah, I was probably one of. I definitely had Curtis if it was mediums, but as soon as we had to get around our old mate Arcosa on that restart, I kind of had a feeling we might chew a couple of tenths, but GG. You know, it kind of felt like, all right, we're battling for second and third here, no worries. So, but yeah, no, it was a good race. Yeah, it was a good race. And cheers for having me in here.
Oh, thank you.
That was good. Yeah, it seemed like. I mean,
shout out the Red
Bulls.
Does anyone have the safety car's number?
Yeah, I do. It's 555. Who cares? So we move on to. We move on to Netherlands next week, guys. What's your thoughts about Netherlands? Zandvoort.
We just did it.
I didn't. I had a 12-hour shift yesterday, so I missed Div 1. However, yeah, curbs. That's all I have to say about one-word description. Curbs.
Yep.
Not fun.
No, it's definitely going to have a different feel to what it was.
It's not a sprint, is it?
No, it's not a sprint. It's just normal race.
Okay, thank God. I was going to say I am not having to come through the back of that track.
Nah. Dear. All right, well, lads, thank you so much for joining tonight. Congratulations on P2 and 3. Sorry, guys, we didn't get to speak with Curtis again. I don't think we're going to get to speak to him because he just doesn't join the parties.
He's in the safety car having a great chat.
Hear me out. 5-second time and he's not joining the interviews, surely. 1-2 for me and Noodles.
Every fight. So what? So every P1 he gets.
Every time doesn't join.
Okay.
Every time he doesn't join. Anytime a driver doesn't join the party and doesn't specify if they have a mic or not. Which Curtis, if you're watching this, I know you have a mic. 5 seconds.
He's finding it in
5 seconds.
Oh dear. All right. Well,
he's quickly finding it. Hang on, he's joined the party.
Yeah.
Go on, Hoogie. Good win, bro. Good win.
Cheers, man. Good P2.
Congrats, guys. That was awesome.
All right, so that's it from us here at Wallaby. Unique, man, thanks so much for joining me again tonight, mate. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, mate. It's been a pleasure, and
always.
The honour is all mine. Thanks.
Mate. So next week, guys, as we've already mentioned, we're on to Zandvoort. Next week, I'll be joined by somebody else in the comms box. We'll see who that is next week. But thanks, everybody, for joining us once again, and we'll see you on Sunday night for Tier 3 at 8:30 p.m. AEDT. So just remember that is New South Wales times for those of you who don't know what AEDT is. And
Jimmy NZ, if you were listening, that is 2 hours before your time. We are 2 hours ahead of you. if you're listening.
Bloody Jimmy.
It's 2 a.m. here, Jimmy.
All right, guys. Thanks very much for joining and thanks very much for tuning in. We'll see you all soon.